friends, Kelly here. Welcome back to my channel. I got a couple of things going on today, so I am gonna first start with sharing the newest update on my Camp Wonder altered book. It's getting super chunky, so I want to share that, and then I'm gonna share a few other things that are kind of go in with this whole altered book project and just junk journaling in general. So if you've been following along on my Camp Wonder book, this is my newest update. If junk journaling is something you're interested in, this might also be kind of a beneficial video, and maybe even the whole playlist for my altered book, because you can kind of take some of the same ideas and translate it into a junk journal. So with that, let me go ahead and get started here and flip to my current section. Man, this thing is super chunky. So I'm not even sure how photographing this is going to go anymore, but this was where I had left off. And now, moving into this new section, things are getting a little crazy. All right, so here's what I have now for the next section, which, let me move some stuff out of the way. I'm going to talk about a few of these items here in just a bit. But this is for Camp Wonder for cards 10, 11, and 12, or at least what I have numbered as 10, 11, 12. So here's my opening page. It just says friends. These are actually the alphabet tiles from Illustrated Faith, and I just went into Photoshop, did a few alterations to just give it a little more space in between each letter, and then I was able to bring it over into Silhouette and actually create stickers out of this. So these are all individual stickers. I don't have them on my desk, otherwise I'd show you, but that was, man, was that cool. Now I want to go back and buy all the alphabet tiles to be able to do that with, but that's how I created this title. So I just did friends. And then this is a really fun, I don't know any of these ladies. I have no idea who these people are. But a couple weeks ago, I was in an antique store with some friends, and I came across this huge box of just random photos. And I rifled through and I took out like 2, and I brought them home, and I thought, what a great addition to junk journaling, or this particular book that I'm working on, which is all about friendship. Clearly these ladies look like they're enjoying a, I don't know, luncheon, a shower. I don't know what they're doing here. This right here on the side says June 1957. So, and it's so cute because I'm pretty sure that we've got a set of twins in the photo. So it's just so fun to imagine what the story is that goes with this, or what these women's lives were like and their friendships. So I just really love that. And I think, how cool is it? These people, who knows who they are, who knows who their family members are, who knows if they're even from my area. But the fact that this photograph, rather than sitting in a dusty box in an antique store, now lives inside this book, I think is just something special. I don't know, I'm just kind of romanticizing it, I guess, but I think it's cool. Okay, so this is my opening title page for this section, and this kind of dictated the rest of the kind of color scheme I was going with. So I really loved this kind of green color, so that's kind of what I decided to stick with. Pinks and greens and yellows, this like really pretty yellow. We're moving into fall now, so working on bright colorful things is kind of feeling a little not as interesting. So all I've done is create this extra little interactive envelope. So I've just taken a regular greeting card envelope that I had in my stash, and I've created these little, I'm not sure if the camera will pick up on this, but I basically punched out using just a punch. I've punched out a couple bits of pattern paper, I put an eyelet in it, and then I've bumped it up with a little bit of craft foam. And so then with just adhering a little bit of this baker's twine underneath this side, I've now created this really cool interactive closure. So that's how I did that. Inside, I've just wanted to carry through again this black and white floral. I've just folded one of the die cuts down and taped it in, and then I have this pull out part here. So what I'll be journaling about when I get to this section is top 5 characteristics or qualities in friendship that I strive to have and that I look for. And then on the back of that, I will also be doing some writing out a prayer based on Hebrews 10, chapter 10, verse 25. So again, as I've said through this whole project, and if you haven't seen any of the other parts of this project, I will link the playlist for you here. But as I've said, I'm just basically putting together my foundation. I'm reading through the cards that I have in the pocket here. I'm looking for the journaling prompts and what I'm going to be doing when I get to this section, and kind of thinking through that ahead of time so that when I have the time to sit down and do this, which I'm really looking forward to, it'll be a little easier to just get to that part. So, and again, I've just numbered it here so it corresponds. And then let me just get this closed back up here. I just put down a little cute ticket and a puffy heart. So pretty simple page here. And then for the back side, I've just gone ahead and I have stamped out some scripture. So on the back side of most of these pages, I want to do some sort of scripture reference. So this is kind of its own, this correlates to card 10, and this is a scripture I chose. So I've used 2 craft social stamps. I would say shameless plug, but not shameless plug. I have, let me find the other one here. I have my Alpha Nerd stamp, and then I have my Bible Books Nerd stamp. So this is the stamp set I'm using whenever I'm putting in my scripture reference. And then this is the stamp set I used for this big fun kind of block. And this is, well, rightfully so, one of my favorite stamp sets because it's my handwriting. So those are the stamps I used. And then moving on to card number 11, I've used another one of those photographs. Here, this is really cute. It looks like they're at maybe some sort of cabin or resort and having a little bit of a slumber party. And so I've just put the photo there. And then I have just written down a couple of attributes of friendship, or what, again, characteristics or qualities that I'm looking for and I'm hoping to display in friendship. So I've just stamped out those words and written out the biblical definition of those. And these are actually all pulled from the scripture that I'm going to reference, which is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 11. And then the interactive bit is that they just kind of both have their own little swing to it. So I've used alternating paper so that they match on the back, the flip side. And then for this bottom card, I kind of didn't know really what I wanted to do. I just decided to use one of those flash cards and tuck a few pieces in. So I've just got a few pieces of ephemera that just, for no other reason than I liked them. So I've got a couple tickets, one of these cute little 2x2 slides. I'm not really sure what you call these. That are some old bits from Camp Reset, Camp WannaCraft a few years ago. Got a couple of those lying around, and then a little printable here that I've cut out. That's just like one of these little faux Polaroids. And then I just have it all kind of tucked in here any which way. So I kind of like that. Moving on to number 12, I have a clear pocket. This is from, I believe, Citrus Twist Kits for Life Crafted. I've trimmed it down a bit here at the top. And then I've just created a little pocket to put these little ribbons into. So up here I've used a clear sticker so that it's see-through on either side. I've just cut out a 3x4 card of patterned paper. On the set I've used a Reset Girl honey. I've got a little bit of fabric down here that's got the number, and then the back I used another one of those little faux Polaroids and a few little die cuts. And then the interactive bit is that these little camp ribbons pop out, and so this one says Encouraged Friend Award. I'm kind of going with encouragement as a theme here. I've got encourage, encourage, encourage. And on the back of that, what I'm going to do is, I've started, because I want to remember what I want to do when I come back to this, but I've started just writing out all the names of all of the women in my life that are influential in my faith walk. So my friends, both in my personal life and at church and at work, and just kind of all of the women, the ladies in my life that have been an influence on my faith. And so I'll continue to add to that. I'm not going to worry about tucking that in. And then for this one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to write out the scripture. So for this one, it'll be Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. And so these will just get tucked in between. So this interactive bit isn't super foolproof, because you kind of have to pull the cards apart to tuck them in, but I mean, who's going to really be looking at this book? Me. So it's fine. So that is for number 13. And then I always end or excuse me, rather 12. I always end that section then with another kind of just decorated title page or whatever you want to call it. So I've just carried through these letter tiles again, and so it's kind of friends always. Here you can say friends like for like ever. I thought that was so cute. But this one says friends, rather it says always. And then again, here's another one of those old photographs that I have repurposed from the antique store. And again, it looks like just some social time with some ladies. I just think this is so cute. And I've used a little word sticker, and I've got another honey from the Reset Girl. So pretty simple on this one. I didn't, it came together really fast actually. This one was really fun. I love it. So that is that section. I have 1 1/3, I guess. It didn't quite work out to go anything more. So maybe I'll put some extra journaling or prayer cards or something just to even out, because it might kind of drive me nuts that there's not 3 tabs sticking out here. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I have basically 2 sections left. So hopefully I'll be able to make that all work. So that's my latest update on my Camp Wonder book. So now let me switch gears and talk a little bit about junk journaling. Okay, so I lied. I'm not going to talk about junk journaling. I'm actually going to do that in a separate video because it got super lengthy. So instead, I'm just going to show you the final photos from this section of my Camp Wonder Altered book. And I will ask you to check out my channel for my upcoming junk journaling video, which might drop today as well. But anyway, I hope you'll check out that video too, because there is a ton of information in there. I do a flip through on a current junk journal. I show some resources and just talk through a lot of stuff. It's kind of a chit chat with Kelly. At any rate, thanks again, friends, for sticking around for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I love this project. I can't wait to finish it, but I'm also going to be kind of sad to see it go. And I'm already kind of thinking through the next altered book project that I can be putting together, because having the freedom to just play has been so amazing, especially in this season right now where I'm just really struggling with actual scrapbooking. Having something to do and just get into paper and playing has been really good for me. So I hope you'll give this a try and see where it takes you, because you just never know. And trust me, it's just getting out the good old scissors and paper just feels real good. So again, friends, thanks for watching my video. And if you like this video, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do that. And then finally, don't forget to hit that little bell so you're getting notifications when new videos are posted. Thanks, friends, and I'll see you next time.